And we have some more breaking news coming in. More videos of the Patiala violence that have now surfaced. This is a clear battle of version versus version, where the FIR says that stones were pelted from the temple first, but the video shows a clear attack on shops by these protesters. Remember, these are shocking visuals that have once again surfaced on our screen right now of these are sword-wielding men who have still not been arrested, entering these shops inside the temple premises and also threatening and attacking the shopkeepers there. Meanwhile, the police authorities on ground struggling to keep them at bay. Yes, Gurpreet, we have the first visuals of how and what exactly happened inside the temple now.
Well, yes, of course, we have seen yesterday when this violence had taken place. After that, a lot of videos they had started coming up. We are the first one who had broken that story, how the police was forced to open the fires there. And we have all the videos which we have already shown to the viewers. Now, these videos which are coming up, in the contrary, we have already accessed that FIR. In the FIR, it is categorically stated that stone pelting started from the temple side, inside the temple, and the complainant had also alleged in the FIR that there was a gunshot which had been fired from inside the temple, and after that he got that bullet injury and he's under the treatment. So now it's the part of investigation. We have seen that all the political leaders, whether it's Shromani Akali Dal and BJP Neta, we had tried to talk to them, and they say that there is need to go for the judicial inquiry to find out that who is at the fault, because we have seen the Chief Minister of Punjab, Bhagwant Singh Mann, has already transferred the top officers there, saying that, that there was a negligence on the part of the local administration. At the same time, he says there was intelligence inputs. Having all these facts on the record, why no action has been taken? So even the videos which we are showing to our viewers, that is also needs to be a part of the inquiry, because to understand that from which side the stone pelleting has been started. This is the main bone of contention. One side we have seen in the FIR, it has been written that all the Sikh organization, they gathered in a Gurdwara Sahib, and when they learnt on the social media that some of the Shiv Sena workers, they had started raising slogans saying Khalistan Murdabad. After that, they started moving from the Gurdwara Sahib toward the temple, and when they reached near the temple, stone pelting started from inside. That means that Shiv Sena workers, they were inside the temple, they started stone pelleting, and even yesterday we have seen that a huge number of the stones, they were lying on the road, because the police party, they had failed to control the situation, and after that they decided to open fire in air, and multiple fires had been opened by the police to control the situation, and a huge force had been deployed. So as of now, what we can see, what we can show to our viewers, these are the pictures which we can show, but at the same time, the opposition leaders, whether it's BJP Neta or Akali Dal leaders, they have been demanding judicial probe, and there's need to go into detail to find out, because one side, the Chief Minister of Punjab, Bhagwant Singh Mann, has already made it very clear, saying that there was a Shromani Akali Dal member, as well as he was saying that there was a hand of the BJP leaders, and now the BJP leaders, they are reacting. They are saying that there is no need to go deep to find out who was at fault and who had allowed these people to roam on the streets of Patiala.
Absolutely, and after we are getting more and more visual proof, Gurpreet, of what exactly transpired yesterday, these are sword-wielding men who are still free and scot-free. These are fresh videos of how these protesters are also targeting shops. They do not have any fear of law and order on the situation. There are police authorities trying to control it. Well, at the same time, the Chief Minister still says that this is not an intel failure at all, and these are not even communal clashes.
Well, that yesterday yesterday the Chief Minister of Punjab, he had called DGP, where he held a meeting with the top officers. So we have also learned that there was an intelligence input, but that was not properly implemented by the local administration. The same thing today, the Chief Minister of Punjab, Bhagwant Singh Mann, has spoken about all these things. He says that there was the intelligence input. The main pertinent question, which is still unanswered, who had allowed these people to roam with with the swords and firearms. That is the main question. Even the people of Punjab, they are looking for this. They are looking for the answer of this question. At the same time, that is the point where everybody is demanding for the investigation and judicial probe to find out. Because one side, if these Sikh organizations, they were gathering there in the Gurdwara Sahib, there should be some input to the police, that police have got the inputs there. They were able to understand that there could be law and order situation. And moreover, the way we have seen, the way there was a chaos yesterday, it seems that there was no preparation at the ground, and a local level had a big failure. They were not able to assess the situation, and that's why this violence had been broken. And so many people, whether these are the political netas or the people of Punjab, they are putting a question mark that this could have been dealt better, because Harish Singla, who has been arrested by the police last late evening, he was on the social media. He was posting a lot of posts on the social media saying that they are going to hold that protest there near Kali Mandir, Kali temple there. No cognizance has been taken, and finally this violence had taken place. No, it's a challenge for the state government. Let's see that how the investigation will be going on, how the inquiry will be going on, and who is at the fault. Once the inquiry is completed, after that the things will be more clear.
All right, stay with us, Gurpreet. Meanwhile, Times Now is the first and the only channel to speak to the Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann. Remember, the Chief Minister says there was no intel failure whatsoever and is now blaming the BJP, the Shiv Sena and the Akalis for the clashes. Listen in.
भगवंत मान जी, पटियाला में जो हिंसा हुई उस पर अभी तक क्या एक्शन हुआ है और कौन लोग इसके लिए जिम्मेदार हैं?
देखिए, पॉलिटिकल पार्टियां थी दोनों तरफ, शिवसेना के वर्कर और दूसरी तरफ अकाली दल अमृतसर के वर्कर, अकाली दल के, बादल के और बीजेपी के दूसरी तरफ। तो ये दो पॉलिटिकल पार्टियों के वर्करों की क्लैश थी। ये फिरकों की लड़ाई नहीं है, आपस में दो समुदायों की लड़ाई नहीं है। अब शांत हो चुका है सब कुछ और लोग भाईचारे से रहते हैं पंजाब के। पंजाब में लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की स्थिति को खराब होने की किसी को इजाज़त नहीं दी गई। पुलिस के आला अधिकारियों पर आज एक्शन लिया, वहाँ का आईजी, एसएसपी, डीएसपी और एसपी सबको ट्रांसफर कर दिया।
भगवंत मान जी, जो बीजेपी है वो ये कह रही है कि हम पहले से कह रहे थे कि खालिस्तानियों का सपोर्ट है, ऐसे नारे लगाए गए हैं खालिस्तान के समर्थन में, इसमें कितनी सच्चाई है?
नहीं, इसमें बिल्कुल भी सच्चाई नहीं है। हम तो सेकुलर पार्टी है और हमने तो सबने वोट दिया है। पंजाब के लगभग हर दूसरे आदमी ने वोट दिया है। पंजाब में भाईचारे से रहते हैं लोग। ये बीजेपी वाले शिवसेना के साथ मिलकर ये काम कर रहे थे। उसमें प्रेसिडेंट है जो बीजेपी का अर्बन का, पटियाला का, यूथ विंग का प्रेसिडेंट, बीजेपी का जनरल सेक्रेटरी उसमें इन्वॉल्व हैं। उन सबको अंदर करेंगे और दूसरी तरफ भी जो जितने भी जो भटकाने वाले थे, र्यूमर फैलाने वाले थे, उन पर भी एफआईआर हो जाए।
आपको लगता है कि इंटेलिजेंस का फेल्योर नहीं है, इसके लिए बीजेपी जिम्मेदार है? लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की कोई स्थिति खराब नहीं थी?
लॉ एंड ऑर्डर बिल्कुल जो है खराब नहीं है, बिल्कुल सही है। बड़े काबिल अफसर है हमारे पास इंटेलिजेंस के। पर ये सिर्फ जो सिक्योरिटी लेने के लिए करते हैं ना कि मुझे थ्रेट है, मुझे वाई दे दो, मुझे जेट दे दो, ये वैसे वाला काम है।
बीजेपी
चंद लोग हैं बस।
बीजेपी इसके लिए जिम्मेदार है, आप मानते हैं?
दोनों जिम्मेदार हैं। अकाली दल अमृतसर भी है,
उनके ऊपर कार्रवाई होगी। तो चलिए।
Alright, so that was the response coming in from the Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann, who is not calling this an intel failure. He is also trusting his own officers for the job that they have done, while at the same time blaming the BJP, the Akali Dal as well as the Shiv Sena for this entire clash that erupted. He is not calling this a communal clash but an internal political clash between these party men. But more and more video proof of the Patiala violence that have now surfaced. This is clearly showing a battle of version versus version. The FIR says that stones were pelted from the temple, but the video shows attack on the shops by protesters. Let me also now go across to BJP spokesperson RP Singh joining us on this broadcast. RP Singh, how would you respond to what Bhagwant Mann has now blamed the BJP, the Akali Dal for the entire matter? He's not calling this communal, but the FIR now says that stones were first pelted from the temple premises, but we have more video proof showing how these were sword-wielding men out in the open attacking the shopkeepers of the temple.
Well, till now, Mr. Bhagwant Mann has not condemned and criticized the people who raised the slogan of Khalistan. He has not. And secondly, this was in public domain from last 3-4 days that something of this sort happening there, and then there's a march against Khalistan, and there are people who are saying that we won't allow that march to happen. They didn't react on it, and Mr. Bhagwant Mann is also not reacting on what happened in Malerkotla yesterday. Malerkotla flag, Khalistani flag was hoisted at the DC office.
Right.
He has not reacted on this. The concern is, I'll still request Mr. Bhagwant Mann that he should act on the all culprits, whoever is the culprit, whether it's the Khalistani forces or someone else who want to destroy the harmony of the country.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. R.P. Singh, for joining us here on this broadcast. We'll play out some more political reactions coming in on the entire incident.
चुनाव से पहले भी और चुनाव के दौरान भी आम आदमी पार्टी की क्षमता पर, उनकी सोच पर बहुत सारे प्रश्न चिन्ह उठ रहे थे। उनके जो रिश्ते हैं, जिन लोगों के साथ हैं और किस सोच को बढ़ावा देते हैं, उसके ऊपर भी बार बार सवाल उठाए गए। और पटियाला में जो हुआ है वो कहीं ना कहीं संकेत है कि पंजाब में कानून व्यवस्था कैसे चरमरा रही है। वहां के मुख्यमंत्री पंजाब में कम, पंजाब से बाहर ज्यादा समय बिता रहे हैं।
Well, the incidents which took place in Patiala yesterday are extremely unfortunate. They militate against the ethos of Punjab, Punjabi and Punjabiyat. It is incumbent upon the state government that they must act with a very firm hand in order to curb any such tendencies which try and disrupt the peace and social amity of Punjab.
The law and order situation in the state of Punjab is at the lowest step. Patiala is one incident. Right from the day this government has taken over the charge of the state, daily there are murders, bank dacoities and other serious incidents of breaking law and order. It is for the first time that peoples of two different religions, they came face to face, and it would have been very serious incident would have happened. In God's sake, the things are now under control. But in Punjab, there is no history of any communal violence in the state.
ये कि बड़ा स्पष्ट है कि वहाँ पर प्रो खालिस्तानी एलिमेंट एक्टिव हो गया है। पिछले कुछ दिनों से लगातार वहाँ पर 8-10 दिनों से लगातार सोशल मीडिया पे बातचीत चल रही थी कि कुछ लोग कह रहे थे कि हम खालिस्तान के विरोध में एक यात्रा निकालेंगे और कुछ लोग कह रहे थे हम यात्रा निकालने देंगे। पार्टी की सरकार वहाँ पर है, ये उसका फेलियर है, उसका एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव फेलियर, उसका पुलिस का फेलियर, उसका लॉ और ना मेंटेन करने का फेलियर है।
Time for a short break now, but news and updates continue. You're on Times Now. Stay tuned.